We believe that ensuring healthy watersheds and a healthy Chesapeake Bay happens through the little things that Marylanders do every day in their own backyards. Small changes can make big differences. While our goals are lofty, our initiative began its mini grant program to support those smaller projects that build awareness and create change within our communities. From instilling the connection between environmental and personal health, to motivating the next generation of environmental stewards with experiential learning opportunities, our mini grant recipients showcase the ways we can inspire, educate, and make Maryland a better, healthier place to call home.
Hello, I am Jennifer Dixon Cravens. I'm a faculty extension, family consumer science, and nutrition educator located here in Harford County. I would like to take you on a journey and share with you the Healthy Watershed Environmental and Physical Fitness Grant Program. We know that the Chesapeake Bay and watershed is linked to long-term health and well-being. The pandemic impacted youth and underserved communities more than others. The objective of this grant was to bring awareness, promote watershed stewardship, and bring a sense of community and normalcy back to youth and families by participating in hands-on and field experiences at Harford County Extension location and at the Village at Lakeview Community Center. It is also equally important to make youth more socially aware of the current life and environmental issues and the impact of human activities on their local watershed and ecosystem. I would like to thank each and everyone that supported and participated on this grant project. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Gunnelson, and I'm a lecturer and advisor in the Department of Environmental Science and Technology. I was the recipient of a mini grant from the Healthy Watersheds and the Chesapeake Bay Initiative. The purpose of my proposed project was to provide undergraduate students at Maryland enrolled in my Ecosystem Health and Protection course with the opportunity to directly experience firsthand the efforts to restore and improve the health of the Chesapeake Bay through a field trip. The funding I received was enough to take 2 classes on field trips. In order for students to really learn about the Bay, a field trip to the Bay is essential, especially for those students in the environmental field. The active learning that takes place on a field trip provides a meaningful opportunity to extend a student's education beyond what a classroom can provide. Now I'd like to tell you a little bit about the trips. We had 2 stops on our fall 2021 field trip, the Chesapeake Biological Lab and the Battle Creek Cypress Swamp. At CBL, Dr. Karis Mitchellmore, an aquatic toxicologist, provided a tour of the facility and discussed the research being conducted there. As you can see in this picture, Dr. Mitchellmore is explaining the impact of climate change at Solomons. In my course, we discussed the causes and impacts of the overall decline in the Bay's oyster population. Dr. Mitchellmore showed us the work being done at CBL to improve oyster settlement rates, specifically the chemical variables that may impact the successful growth of larvae. She also talked about some other projects that she's been involved with, including impacts of sunscreen on aquatic organisms and the management of oil spills. The second stop on the trip was Battle Creek Cypress Swamp. This stop provided students with an opportunity to see one of the northernmost stands of bald cypress trees. Here we discuss the function of cypress trees and specifically the cypress knees in slowing the flow of water and allowing sediment and other suspended materials to deposit prior to reaching the Patuxent River and eventually the Chesapeake Bay. Here's a picture of the students that attended the 2021 trip. This year in fall 2022, I took my students on a different trip that included 3 locations. The Horn Point Oyster Hatchery was the first stop, and it included a talk and tour at the hatchery by Ms. Stephanie Alexander, a senior faculty research associate and manager. Here, students learned about the life cycle of the oyster, the process of generating the larvae, and the nutrients grown in the lab to sustain the oysters. This picture shows the variety of algae grown at the lab that serves as food for the oysters. We also walked out to the pier and witnessed the spat or juveniles set on shell as seen in the picture on the right, just before they were transported out to a restoration project. Our second stop was the Chesapeake Bay Environmental Center. The main purpose of this stop was to gain understanding of the tidal marsh function, as well as identify the primary species of tidal salt marsh grasses. Our final stop on the trip was ERM, an environmental consulting firm. Here, the students heard a talk from Mr. Matt Irby, a project director at ERM. He provided valuable information about careers in consulting and discussed a couple of relevant projects ERM has worked on recently in Guyana. Here's a picture showing the students who attended this trip. Thank you to the Bay Initiative for providing students with exposure to high-impact Bay research and restoration activities. It is my hope that by bringing students outside the classroom to interact with projects and professionals that are executing the work to protect the Bay, that the students themselves will become more educated and passionate stewards of the Bay. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Amanda Rockler, and I'm a Watershed Restoration Specialist with the University of Maryland Sea Grant Extension Program. I'm presenting today on behalf of our community and academic partners, including Dr. Paul Leesnam and Dr. Adele Sharma Hamadi in the Department of Environmental Science and Technology. I work under a program called the Watershed Protection and Restoration Program. There are 5 of us across the state of Maryland working to provide on-the-ground resources to our local community partners. We do this in 4 major ways. We provide capacity building. We provide grants assisting, helping communities find and secure funding. We install best management practices to reduce nutrients, sediments, and help meet local water quality goals. And we provide education and outreach in our communities. None of our work can be done without community partners, a few of which are listed here. Our work is collaborative in nature, and we make an effort to build our programs using a participatory research approach that is centered on equity. Over the past 10 years or so, our project team has been focused on transdisciplinary coupled human-natural systems. A majority of the work is funded by the National Science Foundation, but in 2021, our team was awarded a Healthy Watershed and Chesapeake Bay Strategic Initiative mini-grant. This mini-grant went towards supporting AG&R undergraduate students on the project. The students worked in our study watershed areas to raise awareness and knowledge about green space and to participate in community outreach events. The funding also supported participation in community events such as the Baltimore City Grow Centers. These are pop-up community events where residents receive outreach materials, technical assistance, and supplies for installing projects. We also were able to partner with the Watershed Stewards Academy, which is a train the trainer program that empowers leaders to identify and treat stormwater pollution in their communities. And we worked collaboratively in partnership with the Chesapeake Conservation Landscaping Council, and specifically on the Chesapeake Bay Landscape Professional Certification Program, a program that trains landscape professionals in the design, installation, and maintenance of stormwater best management practices. To date, we have trained over 1,000 landscape professionals in our Level 1 training. We have trained nearly 200 people in our Level 2 training, and we have trained nearly 400 people in our CBL Cruise course, which focuses on landscape maintenance. Because of this mini grant funding, students were able to strengthen their skill sets in data analysis, survey deployment, and they were able to gain experience across disciplines, translating science from the university into the community and working collaboratively with community partners. Thanks and happy holidays!
Our Cornerstone Awards are dedicated to the people, programs, and organizations whose work exemplifies the ways we can become partners in action to make the biggest differences in Maryland's waterways, ensuring healthy watersheds and a clean Chesapeake Bay. '20 Cornerstone Award winners, Watershed Stewards Academy. '20 Cornerstone Award winner, Dr. Kenneth Staver. '2021 Cornerstone Award winner, Anacostia Watershed Society. '2021 Cornerstone Award winner, Harry R. Hughes Center for Agroecology. '2022 Cornerstone Award winner, Baywise Landscape Management Program.